Winter skies so foggy, gray, and lifeless give way to the light of a new year. New hopes, new dreams on the farm. On this year-end episode, we recap what has been a challenging year in Nebraska agriculture.
It was pretty quick.
From a market downturn to drought, fires, floods, and more. We revisit some of our favorite moments, the farm and ranch families who become friends, allowing us to tell their stories. And on the latter side, never work with kids and animals, bloopers and outtakes.
Are you going to show big calves when you get older?
Wrapping up 2024 on to 2025, it's time to grow. Many in agriculture ready to put 2024 behind them on to 2025. I'm Steve White. Cattle industry, that's been a bright spot, but for corn growers, it's been a challenging time. Reflecting on the year that's been,
10,540.
Michael Divern saw a wet year quickly evaporate.
All right, we're gonna have a big year, but then when you start to think back and you take into account the lack of moisture since August, and then some disease pressure late, that was going to take some of the top off of it.
And with corn prices dipping below $4, you'll need every bushel.
Hearing from guys that sold corn for the mid to $3 in maybe the 80s or 90s, and they could buy a pickup for like $18,000. Now you can't buy one for much under $60,000.
In a world where the only constant is change.
It is all happening faster and faster than it ever used to.
Cattle industry is really good right now.
Cattlemen have reason to smile.
Pretty festive mood, I would say, right now. We've had really good times in cow-calf sector.
Calf prices are at an all-time high. Different sectors of the industry have had good runs, but this one is trickling down to the cow-calf producer. There's a lot of profit in those calves right now.
And it shows no signs of slowing down. Years of drought have brought the smallest American cattle herd in 70 years.
There's issues to address. The drought's been really, when are we going to rebuild the herd? A lot of questions there.
So while the supply of cattle is tight, people still want burgers and steak on the dinner table.
The quality's up, demand for our product is out of this world, so I think we're going to see a lot of positive things in 25.
One thing we're looking forward to in 2025, the opening of sustainable beef in North Platte. Most of the equipment needed to harvest 1,500 head of cattle a day is installed.
Underground plumbing being tied in to the equipment up top, hydraulic connections, power packs, power panels, all of that finally getting tied in.
Soon, they start hiring.
Probably will hire approximately a little over 100 people the first quarter, and then we'll start hiring about roughly 20 people per month or per week.
We're on the verge of going and looking for other team members here in the very near future.
Cattlemen are among the investors, while the world's largest retailer provided critical financial support as well as a market.
We have ownership from the cattlemen all the way to our retailer, Walmart.
What they hope they're building is the foundation for generational success.
I think that's a huge part of what we're trying to accomplish here. Is we have families that have been here for generations that are participating in this project, and they're doing it because they want to be here for the next several generations.
It's a privilege to tell the story of rural Nebraska. Here are some of the families we've met in the past year.
Summer range for my grandfathers.
For George and Barb Cooksley, the family ranch is home.
This is all I know.
All we really want to know.
Yeah.
That kind of modesty belies the fact they've testified to lawmakers in Nebraska and D.C. and have traveled the world telling the beef story. Both George and Barb are past presidents of the Nebraska Cattlemen, the only couple to hold that distinction.
We're the fourth generation. The fifth and sixth are involved with us on the ranch.
The Cooksleys see themselves as caretakers of their land and livestock, explaining how they've learned to calve in May and June.
It just used to be a given. When you calved, it was January, February, And then you look around, Mother Nature does not start reproducing animals and plants in that time frame. And so a lot of us have adapted to use the green grass. We don't have the natural shelter, and that has also helped the health of the grass and the genetics that we use.
Made it much more sustainable, I think, in the long run.
The Cooksleys are mindful of not only the needs of their livestock, but of the grasslands. Before that steak gets to your dinner table, it starts here. Custer County is one of the top beef cow counties in the nation, and the Cooksleys want to protect that legacy for the next generation. The road to the state fair starts here, with early mornings and late nights in the barn. At 11 years old, Kinsley Bremer has probably given her cows more baths than she's been in the tub. While her classmates pick out new shoes, her boots are caked in dirt and manure. Along with older sister Kira and cousin Austri, they make sure these heifers are show ready.
Depending on how dirty they are, we'll either wash them or we'll rinse them.
3 generations sharing a common bond.
And this is what kind of their livelihood and their passion.
Jenna, a single mom, doesn't have to prove her work ethic. She helps with the family's annual cattle sale, and during calving season, she works overnight. As Kira and Kinsley's mom, she values what the 4-H livestock experience teaches.
How to deal with stuff not going perfectly, and so yeah, it is. It's good life lessons, I guess.
Jenna says the girls are up before sunrise, and she doesn't have to remind them.
The girls come up here and do it majority of the time on their own.
Galen Frenzen keeps a watchful eye. Known for stirring up good-natured trouble, he counts senators and governors among friends, but here, he's just grandpa, his most important role. He watched as Kira recently overcame health challenges, and she's ready to get back out.
I love showing, being in the ring, the competitive side of it.
The girls bring home some big prizes, like a champion Hereford cow at the state fair.
And it's one that I raised, she was on a cow-calf pair too. So it's one that I've seen as a baby. She's in the barn. She's been in the barn since she was little. It was pretty cool.
The fair is also a way for cattlemen to connect with consumers and let people know the work that goes into that burger.
Well, if we don't come out here and feed them, they're not going to get fed.
They say all roads lead to fun at the fair, and this road is one the Frenzens have followed for generations. What does it take to stand out in an organization 1 million members strong? Now a young woman from central Nebraska proves she's an FFA All-Star.
Hi, my name is JC Wolfinger, and I'm a member of the Sumner-Eddyville-Miller FFA chapter in Sumner, Nebraska.
Out of the million-plus FFA members in the country, only 4 were selected as finalists for the National Star Farmer Award for excellence in a supervised ag experience on the farm.
So my project has 3 different profit centers, is what I like to call them. So to start off, I've got my cow-calf herd.
She's been active on the livestock show circuit, even teaming up with this reporter to show me the ropes at the state fair in 2019. She started building her own herd in 7th grade.
My first lot of cattle was 564, and I've profited on all of the lots of cattle that I've closed out.
She's still unsure what path her career will take, but with or without awards, she is already a rising star in the beef industry. Nebraska's much more than corn and cattle, and one local team helping produce a product that pairs nicely with Nebraska beef. A symphony of sounds as a Central City family bottles the farm-to-table experience.
We grow grapes, process the grapes, bottle the grapes.
Charlie Ryan may not raise cattle or crops, but she's learning agriculture through the family vineyard and winery. Her hands-on experience has brought recognition at the state FFA convention.
I've qualified for state 3 times. My fruit production has gone.
She plans to study agricultural economics and entrepreneurship in college, grafting her experiences from the farm to the real world. The Central City FFA president may harvest success in the future. Shooting a show like this on location, yeah, sometimes I mess up. Later we'll see some bloopers and outtakes. Up next, though, we're going to take a look at the year in weather. It plants corn and it picks it. An all-in-one machine that could revolutionize how things are done on the farm. At harvest, operators ride high with a one-of-a-kind view that's turning heads.
You have to double take. There's nothing else like it I've ever seen.
Meet Nexat, the all-in-one platform that could replace several machines.
You got a combine, you got your tractor and planter in one, you've got your sprayer in one. I mean, it would eliminate the need for so many different things.
50 feet wide, it covers a lot of ground without impacting it, fitting this farmer's philosophy.
It really matches up well with trying to improve soil health, which compaction is such a big deal. And if we're driving all over the place and we're just smashing the air out of the ground, it affects the soil health.
Eric Holland is the fourth generation here. His dad, Mike, has seen agriculture evolve, but Nexat takes it to the next level.
I wish my dad could see this. I wish my granddad could see this. It's just unbelievable.
They call it a transformer or Batmobile for its ability to change for the task at hand. In fact, the machine picking corn in Phelps County is the exact same one we saw planting corn in Hamilton County this spring.
You can't think about what you've always known because this is nothing like we've ever seen.
Farm equipment is already priced sky high. This one more than the rest.
All together, all $2.5 million.
Considering all it replaces, the price may be right for some.
Yeah, it's expensive, but you buy all the equipment together, it's a lot more expensive.
Boldly going where no farmer has gone. It's not science fiction, but innovation leading these farmers into the next frontier.
There's just huge strides, and I think this will be one of those strides.
And Eric's excited to bring this machine back for a couple of years to see how it works. Reporting in Phelps County, I'm Steve White. So we're not going to see a bigger pedal pull in the country than what we're seeing today.
I'd be very surprised. I think we're going to try and get the Guinness Book of Records out and try and document it as the world's largest pedal pull.
I have a strategy to pull a steering wheel and push hard.
You don't have to have a 10,000 pound or $10,000 steer to show at the state fair. All you need is a pair of strong legs, you know. And you can come and represent your county. They say that we bring in more people here than a lot of concerts do. I won't argue with them.
I mean, there's probably 5,000 people in this building right now.
Well, there could be. I'm not going to argue with you.
Keep going. Good job.
I only try and pick the best people. This is what we call the A-team, these blue shirt guys and gals. They're the A-team.
I got first place last year.
Is that pretty cool? Was that, like, how exciting was that to win nationals?
Pretty fun.
Some planted and then replanted and replanted again while harvest moved on with no rain clouds in sight. Up next, we take a look at the year in weather. Tornado sirens sounded a lot in Nebraska in 2024, 188 times, the most tornado warnings in 20 years, with just under 1,100 severe thunderstorm warnings, actually slightly down from the year before. According to the Weather Service, it was a wild year in weather, fires, flood, drought, and more. Fire and ice.
Oh man, it's all frozen from head to toe.
The same 45-mile-an-hour wind gusts that spread the flames hampered firefighters.
Brutal. Just flat horrible.
A record 75-degree day in February with low humidity and high winds increased the fire danger.
If you get into dry and stuff, it'd be off to the races again. Good thing is the moisture moving in. That's what we really need right now.
Those firefighters were just saying we needed some moisture, and look at this. The snow just started flying. Miles from a population center, as the fire spread in southern Custer County, folks pitched in.
Farmers and ranchers coming with water tanks and tractors and disc and pickups with sprayers in the back of them.
Local volunteer firefighters turned things over to a crew that's seen this before.
And I specifically remember a lot of these guys being down there. So when the call came out to come up here and relieve them today, I was more than happy to come.
These guys came up here to help us down in 739 and the 702 fire, so we're paying the favor and coming helping them.
Many of them connected to the land.
I run a grain elevator. I'm a location manager.
Understanding while there are few homes, a wildfire like this still takes a toll.
Ag is a huge part of all of our communities. I know the farmers in our area where the fire went through, they're still struggling with that, and I'm sure these guys are going to struggle as well.
When stuff like this happens, you got to band together and help each other out.
The year was bookended with dry conditions. In the meantime, some got too much rain.
Come up quick, filling the creeks bank to bank, flowing across roads.
As a surge of water rushes through Howard County creeks, Ben Adams says some fields look like lakes.
Probably 4 of our farms that you can't see the dirt no more.
The road into Farwell underwater and rain still falling. Teresa Nealon watched floodwaters rise.
I'm like, oh, what am I going to do with the goats? Because we have like 50 head of goats.
With her family's help, they moved what they could to higher ground, but the creek overtopped as bales of hay washed away.
Some of those bales are 2,000-pound bales, and so you can see what the current is if they're going to move from back there clear over to here. And
we just got too much rain too fast here.
It made a mess of Rick Safaric's farm.
I've got some heifers and a young bull that I'm trying to locate. They were across the creek here in a pasture.
And this is one for the record books.
4 inches right on the dot, ain't it?
For those tired of weather extremes like the floods of 2019.
We were flooded out then and lost a bunch of stuff then, and I guess we're going to go through it again.
But as Teresa surveys her new waterfront property, she says she just has to laugh.
Kind of got to, yeah, you know what, I just thank God that, we're safe and the grandkids that are here are safe. So we recouped the last time, we'll recoup again.
Yeah.
And not much you can do about it. Mother Nature's got her own way, so.
Reporter and cameraman. Yeah, I do it all, including having to spit out the words into this microphone. Doesn't always go as planned, as we'll see with bloopers and outtakes next. We are rounding up the best stories from the farm, but things don't always go as planned, from cows giving me the side eye to kids stealing the show. It's been said, never work with kids and animals. Advice I often neglect. Nebraska Extension Valley County has been running the event for more than 25 years, reaching more than 4,500 kids. Season in full swing. Farms. Here, just stand right next to me here. Right about, yeah, that's good. Well, hi there. Property taxes on Nebraska farm ground have certainly skyrocketed over the number of years. Hi, bud. How are you? The number 321. Number 321. But what? 321. 321. 321. 321. We'll see with it. 321.
The best part of being in Nebraska Ag.
Rebel will relaunch her radio podcast, plus you'll hear other rodeo. Can't spit that out.
3 times a day. All right. Are you going to show big calves when you get older? No.
Hello. How are you?
Did I hit record? Yes, that would be good.
Minor details.
Minor,
Okay.
minor.
How technology is allowing growers to manage efficiency, more water. Those are not the right words. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
So that's one of my girls. She's in 4-H and she's in 5th grade. She's 10. And that's my other daughter. She's 10 and she's in 5th grade. And that's my son and he's 10 and he's in 5th grade. Kids,
so they know the Larsons probably.
We do know the Larsons. Do you know Larsons?
High school kids in FFA, they're in Indianapolis. And NTV, no, he's not NTV, he's KRVN's Bryce Duskin. I just about made him an NTV employee. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
And have you been doing this a long time or are you kind of new to the state fair? Oh, you got to watch out around animals, don't you?
Yeah.
Hey, you did great. Can I get a fist bump for that? Hey, awesome. There's a point where I think I've run out of questions. Is that about good for you?
That's awesome.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's good. And no matter how often I mess up, we can count on the hardworking folks of Nebraska agriculture producing food, fuel, and fiber. Whether that's the folks running the feed truck at the feedlot, the banker in town, the guys at the co-op, the farmers, the ranchers, the truck drivers, and maybe a humble reporter like myself. That's going to do it for this special year-end episode. We'll see you next year as we see how agriculture makes Nebraska grow.